Welcome back. My name is Jessica, and we have a special guest here again today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Maxwell.
Hi, Maxwell. Thank you for joining us today. And today we're going to be focusing our craft on a very special animal that is found in Hawaii as well as in tropical areas around the world. We're going to be making corals out of Play-Doh. So before we get started, just a little bit of information on corals. I actually have a really special model right here. This is what an individual coral looks like. Usually when people go out snorkeling or when they go swimming, or even when they're watching an episode on TV about coral reefs, they're not imagining something like this. Instead, what they're imagining is the colony where a bunch of these live all in one spot. So we actually have some examples right here as well of, and Ihi, you can go ahead and hold up a couple on your side as well. We have a couple different shapes and sizes of corals that we would like to replicate today out of our Play-Doh. So as you can see, a lot of these different coral shapes and sizes differ tremendously. So over in Ihi's hand, you can see some of them look a little bit more like a boulder. There's lots of little bumps and nooks and crannies, but for the most part, it looks nice and rounded. There are some other ones in her hands as well that look kind of like a plate, and that is in fact what they are called. We refer to a lot of our corals when it comes to their shape. So this plate coral looks actually like it's got a nice plate or a table, and she is also holding one that's called a mushroom coral. Mushroom corals are actually very unique. They're one of the only corals that live as a singular animal all by themselves. The polyp is the whole shape instead of living in a giant community. And then moving on over to my side, I am actually holding what's called a cauliflower coral, also described as a digitate coral. I have several digitates over here. This one is a digitate as well. If you could think about digitate, all you really have to think about is that they look kind of like fingers. So if you hold up a finger, Ihi, there we go. So it looks almost like a finger sticking out of the corals, lots of different fingers. So that is actually that digitate shape of coral. And last but not least, we have another form of boulder coral with slightly larger polyps compared to the first coral that Ihi held up. These coral polyps, you can actually see the individual holes. They're a little bit larger than the previous one. So those are some of the shapes of the different corals that we have here today, and we are going to be trying to copy that when we go into our craft. Alrighty, so before we start our craft today, first we want to make sure that we have all of our supplies with us. First and foremost, we want to make sure that we have some Play-Doh. So Ihi, do we have enough Play-Doh? I think we've got enough Play-Doh. We've got a bunch of different colors here. We've got a lot of colors that you wouldn't necessarily see on the reef, but hey, we're at home, we're having fun. And we're gonna see what we can come up with today. Another thing to keep in mind, not so much for the coral themselves, but to make sure that we don't make a mess on Mom's counter, is that we are going to be using some paper plates as the base of our craft. If you don't have any paper plates at home, feel free to use regular plates, a sheet dish, anything that you can put down to make sure that you don't make a mess is a really good idea. We also are going to be using some scissors because there's some pretty cool shapes that we can make with the scissors. So Ihi, here's some scissors for you. We both have our scissors at the ready. And last but not least, we actually have some little pencils here. So Ihi, go ahead and take a pencil. The pencils are actually what we're going to use to actually poke some holes into our Play-Doh and replicate that coral polyp that you can see in the rest of the skeletons today. Okay, so we're gonna start making our coral. We've got our little plate at the ready. We've got our tools on the side, and we are going to start by making the base of our coral. So the bases of the coral are all actually white. If you don't have white, don't worry about it, but we're gonna try and be accurate today. So as you guys can see on the skeletons that we were holding up earlier, these are actually the bases of all of the coral. And as you can see, there is one thing in common. Ihi, what colors are these guys? White, they're all white. So just like the bones in the human skeletal structure, the skeleton of the coral, which is calcium carbonate, is also going to be white. So what do you say we have a white skeleton to our coral? Sounds good. All right, so we're gonna pop open our white Play-Doh here. Pull out some Play-Doh. Alrighty. So we're gonna obviously not make such a large piece. Here we go. It's just gonna be our skeleton. But now we've got our base color. Now what size or what shape are you gonna choose today? Do you know? You don't know yet? All right, well while you think about it, I think I'm going to make a digitate coral. So I'm gonna be forming each one of my little skeletal structures into some almost finger-like structures. So like we mentioned, the skeleton of a coral is actually white. So we've got all these colors here, and when you go out snorkeling or if you're looking at different colors on the beach, you'll notice that most of the corals you're seeing out there are not white. They're actually very colorful. You've got lots of greens, blues, purples, all kinds of even browns and reds. So there's lots of different colors on the reef, but they're not actually coming from the coral themselves. Did you know that the corals actually don't have that color? No, yeah, so the corals themselves actually are clear, and we'll show you guys a picture of that. But what we are going to be replicating today is the coral tissue actually has a special animal that lives inside of it. It's called an algae. It's a single-celled algae called zooxanthellae, and that zooxanthellae is actually where that color comes from. All right, how's your shape coming along? Looks good. All righty. So I've got some semblance of some fingers going on here, so I'm going to plant that down on my paper plate, and that is going to be my first coral. All right, you ready for your colors? Awesome. What color would you like to use first? The pink one. All right, we got a couple pinks here, so go ahead and select your arsenal of pink. I am going to go with some blue. Now keep in mind, you don't have to just stick with one color. That's half the fun of Play-Doh, is choosing all different colors to make your corals. And remember that corals, they have the white skeleton on the underside, but that algae inside the tissue is along the outside. So I'm gonna actually flatten mine out, and then I'm gonna wrap it around the rest of my coral. Now I'm doing this very accurately. However, if you don't have any white Play-Doh at home, no need to worry. You can do this with all the colors. So we got a nice coral polyp tissue starting on all of my corals now. How about you? Looking good? So some of you folks may have actually heard of something as you've been wandering around on the internet, and that is a term called coral bleaching. And coral bleaching actually looks like a lot of the skeletons that we have laying here on the table, and that is because that's what we're actually seeing happening underwater when a coral gets stressed out. So coral bleaching is what happens when a coral gets stressed. Now, corals don't really get stressed out the same way that you and I would, right? They don't have any tests or exams or presentations that they have to do. But instead, what they have to do is produce food on the environment, or produce food on the reef, and they also have to provide shelter. So it's a really stressful job, right? But they get stressed out of things like high temperatures or chemicals changing in the water. So for example, if me or Ihi wanted to go swimming here in Hawaii, we would need to make sure that we were very, very careful of what kind of sunscreen that we decided to put on, because there are actually certain kinds of sunscreen that have harmful chemicals inside of them. Okay, well, I think we are done with our different types of corals. I think both of us did 3 different forms of corals today. And what we have done in the meantime is we've created some nice bedrock for our corals to go on top of, because corals actually need somewhere to adhere, somewhere to stick to in order to grow a coral reef. So let's go ahead and start attaching our corals to the reef. This is gonna be a really fun, colorful coral reef we've got here. So we've got our boulder coral, nice and round. We've got our branching corals. Got another boulder coral coming in here. Got another branch. Pop them right on the top there. Branching corals like the top. All right, and then I made a mushroom coral right here. And the mushroom corals don't actually attach to the rock. They like to just kind of hang out on the sediment. So we'll just put him right down there on the side. And as you can see, we've got a beautiful coral reef made out of Play-Doh. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I hope you guys had as much fun making coral out of Play-Doh as we did. And we hope you guys join us back next week for some more crafts. Mahalo.